Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the most magical podcast in the Midwest. That's right, the Magic in the Midwest podcast, starring USA Today bestselling author J.B. Michaels and his more successful wife, Ashley Michaels. And now, your hosts. Hello, everyone. I am J.B. Michaels, USA Today bestselling author, and this is the 109th Magic in the Midwest podcast, starring me and my wife, Ash, who's drinking green sludge right in front of me. I don't know what it is. It looks like wastewater. It looks like wastewater.
Tastes very good.
Is what it looks like. Anyway, so, yes, this is the 109th Magic in the Midwest podcast, brought to you by the many books of J.B. Michaels. The latest is Raftery's Ghost, a Mac and Millie mystery, from the very, very successful Mac and Millie Murder Mystery series, which can be found on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, wherever you buy books. So check those out on MrMichaels.com, MISTER Michaels.com. And then Ashley also has, we've met some great people. Ashley's good buddies. We're good buddies with Emily over at Magical Mouse Travel. She will help you plan your Walt Disney World, Universal Orlando, and pretty much anywhere trip. She's very knowledgeable. She has great tips and tricks on what to do, what not to do, what to pack, what not to pack, what to do in the parks on a hot day, what to do on the parks on a rainy day, anything she can help you with. So please reach out to Emily over at Magical Mouse Travel. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we have a subscription service as well, Magic in the Midwest Podcast.bandcamp.com, where you can, for as little as $3 a month, get a lot more Magic in the Midwest podcast content. Again, that's Magic in the Midwest Podcast.bandcamp.com. And then, of course, we are, just super excited this week. So we thought we would do our top 5 things we look forward to upon, entering or starting our Walt Disney World trips. And that could be, planning, getting there, whatever. But top 5 things we most look forward to when going on a Walt Disney World trip, which is coming up for us imminently. So we will have lots of great things to talk about, you guys, coming up soon, because we head there next week. Or actually this week. So, but yeah, so, right now, ladies and gentlemen, let's start. We're going to do our top 5. Ash, why don't you start us off? What's your like, what do you look forward to? Give me the list of things you look forward to when we're going on a trip.
Okay, some of these are bigger things and some of them are more little, and this one you're going to laugh at. Mm-hmm. Right? It's very dorky. One of the first things I look forward to is like the first step out of the Orlando airport and you hit with that like damp Florida humid air.
Yeah.
And the sunshine, it just like smells different, and the palm trees.
Yeah.
And you're there.
Yes.
You've gone through security, you got on the flight, you got your bags. And
you get outside and you get smacked with Florida humidity.
I mean, even though we're going in January, still, it's much warmer than it is here generally, unless you get like a weird week. But I love when we get outside of the airport.
Yes.
It's the best.
Yes.
It's a silly thing, but that's my first thing.
Yes. Okay, that's great. Yeah, no, I think that's awesome. So that's number 5 on your list, or number 1? I guess it doesn't really matter.
You know what? I don't really have them in any particular order. That was just sort of the first thing that came to mind. That was like more of a trivial thing because it's the first thing that happens when you get there. And I know every time we walk outside, we're like,
I know.
It's like, and I think smell is one of the most, what do they say in terms of like the
memories?
Yeah. And I feel like, it's in there. It's locked in.
Yeah.
So I just like it. Sort of like the damp rock cues at Magic Kingdom. It's like
yes,
that,
yes.
You recognize it, and it's the best.
Yes. Yeah. No. I know what you mean. It's like you feel as though you have made it, and for us, that damp, like the moisture in the air, the humidity, the heat, whatever, is like a side of relaxation for us. That's where we,
Right.
that's
we're like conditioned to feel
Yeah,
that
we're
way because of
conditioned.
the way we vacation and
Yes.
where we live. We're from the Midwest, so we do get humid heat sometimes, but not always.
Yeah,
So
yes,
it's
yes.
yeah. I've been to Florida so many times, even outside of Disney, even before you and I met. It's where we would go play our softball tournaments in the winter and spring break and stuff. Nationals in the summer too. So it's a source of joy for me in many different ways. But I kind of, walk out the palm trees. It would be nice if, we still didn't have to think things through and we could just get on the Magical Express. But we're not. We
Right.
have to sort of figure that out
Right.
now and
Yes,
catch a
yes.
cab or a Lyft or something. But yes, I still love, I know exactly what we do. We go down the escalator and then we go down the next escalator and then we walk out.
Yes.
And then we turn left. We drag our bags down to the left-hand side and we find, whatever. So, yes,
Right.
that's the first thing I look forward to because, at that point in my mind, yes, we still have to get to the hotel, but, we're here.
Yeah.
We're here.
Yes. 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 Okay. No, I know what you mean. Like it's a climate element, right? It's climate. You feel it. Like your whole body feels it. Your physical, you feel that excitement because you know that this is, this is how it is down here, and this is, a place where we have lots of fun memories, and we'll continue to make fun memories. So that's great. That's a great first one.
And I just want to mention real quick, this is, specific to me, but I get migraines. A lot of people know that. And I'm not a huge fan of heat, but I sort of tolerate it when I'm there. And it's like sort of the one place they'll kind of put up with it. And when it's humid, it helps. I don't do well in dry climates. So heat.
Humid's better.
Humid's better. So it kind of feels good to me. Even though you start getting sweaty right away, I like the humidity.
Right.
Hair starts frizzing.
Right. Frizzies. Yeah, your hair is a poof. So, yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so my first one on my list, I guess, no particular order. I guess if I'm going chronologically, it's sort of this way. Like if it's the timing is happening. So Ash knows this, and she could probably tell you this without even knowing like what I'm about to say. But it's planning. So for me, the top 5 things I look forward to the most upon a Disney trip is the planning, which means that I will, and not necessarily planning that I actually stick with. Like I just like going on my Disney Experience or the Disney World website and just looking up dining reservations just to see.
I should have mentioned this because it's one of my favorite things about JB. I know at certain points when we're at a certain point within when we're going to go, when I'm going to start getting text messages if I'm at work, like, I was looking at this and I was thinking it's either that or you just do it. Like, I'll never forget when you did the Hoop-de-Doo review thing. Like, you just did it.
Yes.
Maybe it was like an extra gift for me or something for like my birthday.
It was our...
like, something like that,
yeah,
right?
It was our, yeah.
Meaning, like, I think maybe you told me about it on my birthday before we were going or something like that.
Yes,
but
yes.
we usually have a rule. Like, some people go and do tons of dining. I think further down the line that will become a thing for us as Harrison
I think
gets
it's starting to happen.
older.
Alright.
But, he's still kind of a picky eater and, whatever. We're kind of fine with the quick service. And honestly, I'm fine with quick service. We also order groceries when we're there. But we've sort of been doing like 1 or 2 dining reservations and then the rest are either quick service or groceries.
Right.
But we do end up talking ourselves into more, like, along the way. That's
Yes.
sort of what you and I
Yes.
do. And it's because we get excited.
Like
and,
I am thinking about doing an Allen Compass for Friday. We've never been
I've
there.
already told people at my work, like, I'll say, I'm like, now's the time. We've hit the point where JB's going to start texting me about other dining things.
Right.
know? So, and I'm not really a big spender, but I can be when it comes to this. So it doesn't really take much twisting my arm, and I'm like, okay, let's do it. You know. So it's fun. It's fun to add on experiences and do stuff like that. Yes, it's also expensive, and not everyone can do it, or for every trip too. But we tend to do that.
Yes. So it I think I might add an Allen Compass ADR on Friday.
You know what I think, though?
I might.
I think it's a low risk thing that you can do. It's sort of like high risk, high reward. Like, you can kind of do it. You don't have to spend any money when you book a reservation. And you know that you can cancel it.
Right.
Like, within 24 hours.
Yes.
Like, up to 24 hours before. So it's sort of like this little temporary high of, like...
do it. Yeah, no, it is. It is.
You know,
it
like,
is.
you're like, all right, actually, we're going to do this.
I've got
do this.
transactional problems,
And
you guys.
JB knows how I am, because I'll mention, stuff about the budget, and he'll be like, if I do this and this, we'll be able to do this. Like, he knows what to tell me.
Yeah, Ash...
Like, all right, just do it. He knows also when to ask me. There are certain times that you probably get a better response than others.
Ash does...
Like, if I've just eaten.
When it comes to Disney and food, Ash is pretty lenient on me. Like, I could pretty much do,
Well...
I could pretty much get away with it for the most
because
part.
I feel like experiences are worth the money for me. Like, more and more out here, friends talk about. I was just talking to someone the other day that was mentioning how for Christmas gifts and birthday gifts, they're trying to focus more on, like, throw some experiences in there too.
Right.
Which, as your kids get older and stuff, can be a really cool thing to do. But those are the things you remember. Like, when you think back on most of our trips, it's like the experience in a line or at a restaurant, or, you know what I mean? Those are the things that you remember. Like, I'll always remember our first trip to Hoop-Dee-Doo. I'll always remember our first dining reservation at the Rose and Crown.
Right.
Like,
right. Yes.
And that might be different for each family, but we do have fun, and it's fun to try different restaurants. It's a little difficult with Harrison. I feel like we always have to check the kids' menu, because not every kids' menu is super great.
No, it's not.
Like, the Rose and Crown isn't the best. He's going to struggle there a little bit. So I'm already thinking of what he's going to eat after.
He'll eat.
Or before.
I think there's just chicken tenders there. Mm-mm. There's fish sticks and stuff,
He won't eat fish sticks.
No, but there is chicken tenders for kids, right?
No.
Well, there's chicken tenders for adults.
Chicken.
We'll figure it out. Yeah. We'll get him food. We'll find out. Okay, so that was mine. Planning and, like, adding things, but maybe not adding things, but I do sort of sometimes don't, but I do. Yes. So what's your next one? That was my first one.
The next one's a little general as well, and maybe just more specific to us. But because we're DVC members, or if you're someone that stays in different hotels each time you go, some people like to stay in the same place. That's cool too. But I tend to start looking forward to, like, the vibe of that trip. So this trip we're staying at the Boardwalk, so it's going to be a very, like, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, not as much Magic Kingdom, which is always a little bit of a shift for us, type of vibe. Like, it feels like a very different trip than if we stay at Bay Lake.
Yes.
So I kind of start to, like, get in the mode of, like, you start to, like, slip into, like, Epcot, Hollywood Studios mode.
Yes.
And I really love the Boardwalk for a lot of reasons that I've already talked about. I think it's a great resort, and just having the Boardwalk in general, having it feel kind of alive at night, and the lights and everything. So I'm already starting to, like, feel the vibe of that type of Disney vacation, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah, it's that whole Epcot resort area, like, that whole spot is a... If you think about it, I mean, at the end of the day, the Epcot Boardwalk, Yacht Club, Beach Club, Epcot Studio, Hollywood Studios, Skyliner, like, and I guess you could throw Riviera in there since it's sort of close, but it's not really that close. But, like, this area is almost Universal Orlando. Like, it's almost all of Universal Orlando's space, because it's like you can walk to multiple spots. Mm-hmm. You can walk everywhere.
And if Harrison were a little older,
if it was two parks,
and maybe we had a friend with him or something, like, you and I probably would be focusing more on the dining at Epcot and that type of thing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But it's always fun for me. We tend to, when I look back at each trip, you can sense the vibe of, like, where we were and which parks we focused on more and that type of thing.
Yes.
So it's always fun to kind of do that.
Yes, it is. So so I get what you mean, actually. The vibe, we are, I guess, fortunate to, like, change up our vibe every time, with our points.
Yeah, but I mean, whether you are DVC or not, you can stay in different
you could do whatever you want.
And some people like to just stay in the same spot. Like, we have friends that own at the Boardwalk, and they just stay at the Boardwalk. That's where they like to stay, and I totally get that, too, because it's great. We tend to change it up, and when we do, we tend to sort of focus on the parks closest to us, more.
Yes.
And so not everyone does that either, but we tend to do that. So like we know we can walk to Hollywood Studios and Epcot from where we are, so we're going to be in those parks a majority of the time. And we're only doing Magic Kingdom one day.
Right.
Which is a little weird for us.
It is weird.
But that's what we're going to do, and it's going to be a different trip because of that.
Yes, it will. It really will. So, yeah, some interesting, I think you're right, Ash. I think the vibe of the resort area plays such a major role in, like, your memories of that trip.
No, you do. I mean, think about the last trip we had. Now, we were still in the Magic Kingdom. We stayed within resort area. But even moving from Wilderness Lodge to Grand Floridian was such a huge shift in just, like, the vibe at the hotel. Like, it actually, and you felt it a lot more because we shifted mid-trip.
Yeah.
But you kind of slip into, like, okay, we're on the monorail. Okay, now we're doing this. Okay, we're really close to Disney Springs because we're at Saratoga, so we're going to spend more of our time there. Or, whatever it is, we're more people that kind of do that. And so it's kind of fun for us to switch that up. Yeah.
The Copper Creek, like, vibe for us overtook that trip, and then when we left...
And arguably went to the most beautiful resort on property. I was disappointed.
It does feel, but you're right. It's more about vibes.
And I'm not saying that vibe is bad. It's just not.
No.
It's everyone has a different preference, and it's a beautiful resort, and we had a wonderful time there.
Yes.
But yeah, Copper Creek. We all have our favorites.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So that was your second of the top 5.
Yeah, no particular order.
Particular second of your top 5 things to look forward to. And then my so there's my next 2 are going to be interesting, but the first one I'll mention is
I want to say real fast that JB and I did not compare lists before we did this.
No.
I just want people to know.
No, we did not. So now this is I'm still gonna count this because this is just throughout my life, right? This may come back. You never know. We'll stick to being positive. We'll stick to being positive. But if you're a Disney Parks fan, you know that you would get a envelope in the mail with Mickey Mouse with a transportation hat on, right? The Mickey Mouse Transportation Service, basically the blue Magical Express logo with Mickey, classic Mickey. And so we used to get when you would get the Magical Express luggage tags, and then like they switched it up over the years or different things, but there used to be like a fold out booklet, a booklet that you went through to gave all of your flight details and everything, and gave you the the yellow tags with where your resort was, right? Mm-hmm. So Boardwalk, so you would put that on your bag, check it in to Southwest or wherever your airline, United, American, whatever, and then they would take care of your bag and put it in your room for you. And like getting the Magical Express was always really fun, for me, like getting that in the mail, from years and years ago. I think they started it in 2004 or I don't know, something. It was early 2000s when they started it. So like every time I would go, I would get that, and it was just really fun to do. So that was neat. That was very neat. Obviously do miss that. There's rumblings that could be something that Disney returns to, but we'll see. By the way, speaking of things that have returned, daily housekeeping is back for people that not DVC. That's always going to be different, but for regular resorts, yeah. It's back.
I think that's a good sign.
Yes, that's a good sign as well. So daily housekeeping is a thing that is back. So yeah, Magical Express, that experience was really great. Like it was a relaxing experience.
Ties into my next point. So
it really was, because you would walk, you'd get off the plane, you'd walk into you'd go down, get in your line. Disney took care of it. You'd wait a little bit, you get on the bus, and you're going. Your experience starts then.
I mean, that whole part of me talking about walking out too was like you were done. All the thinking and planning, all that was sort of like, all right, we made it here. Now we're just gonna be carefree and wait in this line, and everything's good.
Yes. Yeah. So, so Magical Express, great experience, and one of my things that I always look forward to upon a Disney trip. Okay, Ash, what is your third? We're on 3 for you.
Is it my third?
Yeah,
It
it's your
is.
third.
So one of my favorite things about going that I look forward to is just being around basically all other Disney fans.
Yes.
And the conversations that strike up on buses or waiting in lines.
It's a really great
or
point.
I
Yeah.
feel like, you're a what I would consider, a lot of like-minded people. You obviously share a love for something. And even though there's a lot of people there that might be there for the first time, I don't know how many times we've overheard people talking about something that they don't understand or don't know how to do or whatever. And you would help them with something,
Yes.
and they're like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, thank you. Or we ran into someone later at the same resort that was like, I did what you said, and
Yeah.
that helped a lot, or whatever.
Right,
or people
right.
just talking about a new ride, or this is the way that you can get on Guardians if you do this and refresh at this time, or,
Right,
all
right.
these little things. But just being around people that have, share memories and stuff. I mean, I don't know how many great conversations have happened. The wind is blowing things around outside.
Okay.
It's just fun to be around, all the other Disney fans.
Yes, yeah, it really is, and it's one of those things too, where I feel like every trip there's some example of that. Like it always happens, no matter what.
Mm-hmm. I mean, don't get me
Like,
wrong. There's some tough things that you witness there. There's some
Yeah, I feel like
some spats
Yeah.
happening and other things as you would expect because it's vacation with families and there's
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
whatever. But most of the time, like you said, there's at least one or two things
most
that
of
just
the time
happen,
they're positive. The
or
things
just being
that-
on like the bus in the morning, going to a park and having the little tiny kid across from you with his Mickey ears on, like
Right.
real excited about something. I
Right,
mean, it's just
right.
it's fun.
Yes. Yeah, no, it really is. And the the moments that you get, kids being excited, kids, it's just those are you're right. Interactions with other
Even if
people
they're little
there.
ones, like kids waving at you, or JB tends to do a Mickey impression sometimes.
Right.
That I think
right.
is great for some kids. Some kids that are too
Get
young
really
are
confused. Yes. Yes, that has happened. So, yeah, I think too. And then you sort of can know. Like a lot of people are first timers and only timers. Like this will be the first and last time they go.
You can usually tell by how overwhelmed
Right.
they seem.
Then you have people that like, oh, I went like for the first time last year, and oh my gosh, I love it, and they get obsessed.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have people that like are like us that are veterans and could talk about like when they were kids going there. So it's such a wide range of people that you can have interactions with, which is really
But
neat.
people are generally happy because they're at Disney and everyone's
Yes.
in a good mood mostly. And so it's just fun, and that's coming from an introvert who doesn't really like to
right interact with
converse,
people.
but
Yes.
we always have a good time,
Yes.
And I mean, even that one time on the monorail, those people from Jersey,
Yeah.
like the ticket and transportation
ticket
center,
and transportation
and they all had
center.
like wine on the monorail. I mean, it was just funny.
The Ticket and Transportation Center. No, I think they were in New York. I don't even know.
Oh, maybe
if
it was
Jersey.
Maybe it was New York.
I think it was legit. Well, one of the 5 boroughs.
been.
So it was very, that was fun.
Can you pause it?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that's what you. Yeah. So podcast note here, guys. Ash was just waving her hands around. I had no idea what she was wanted, but she wanted me to pause. So we paused so she could go pee-pees. So she did. But it was like waving her hands around. How am I supposed to know?
I'm pointing towards the thing that says stop. It's the only thing that there is.
Okay.
I drank all my green sludge.
Yes. Now it's going right through you. So there you go.
Beautiful. I'm sure everyone wanted to know that.
Well, pee-pee time. Okay.
All right, move on.
So yes, interactions with other Disney guests is also fun. Okay, one thing that I always really look forward to that I'm afraid that is been also something that's gone away. We most of the time,
negative.
although I think no, it's not negative.
Wait, I just thought of something really great. Can I interrupt you? I already did. What if I go on Twitter and find that video that Disney posted like in 2017? That ad.
Yeah.
And like tagged Josh tomorrow and was like, let's bring it back.
Yeah, you should.
Has anyone done that? Where's everything in this video?
I have no idea.
Bring it back.
Bring it all back, Josh D.
Don't be a D.
Don't be a D, Josh D.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry, go ahead. I'm doing it.
So things that I loved about the experience of going to Disney is the McDonald's at Midway Airport. which is now gone. But
So why would you? That's not coming back.
it might.
No, you know why?
But
'Cause
we
they put
could.
in that stupid bar.
But O'Hare still has it. So maybe we just start going out of O'Hare.
We are, because I'm not flying out Southwest anymore. This is it. We used our points. I'm done.
Okay.
I've had it.
So
Southwest.
so we
McDee's is back. For
yes.
us.
All right. So but for years.
McDee's is back.
McDee's is back. This became a commercial for McDonald's. No, but like, guys, I don't go to McDonald's really and order a lot of food. I usually get coffee in the morning. That's like the number one thing I do at McDonald's. And then I will get breakfast from time to time, but I never get this one breakfast item unless it's at the airport, and it's a pancake McGriddle. You know, the McGriddle with
I do.
with
Everyone knows
bacon,
the McGriddle.
cheese, and eggs. The McGriddle. It's the only time I ever get the McGriddle is on vacation.
Oh yeah, I get the sausage McMuffin.
Because
Not
one
the one with the ham.
McGriddle
I want
is
the one
probably
with the
all the
sausage.
calories.
The fat. Keep me awake on the plane.
Right.
Keep
I don't
me
think I'm going
going.
to do that this time. I'm going to go
Remember
sleep
our
on the
honeymoon
plane.
when I got two?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do that.
I can't.
Hash browns.
You could if you
almost-
just take some, like,
Then I'll be asleep
take some
the
drugs.
whole day.
Right.
wrong
So I, that's what I do. So I would, I definitely do the, love that. Was something I always look forward to. The meal with the coffee and the hash brown and the McGriddle. If I can seek it out at an airport, I will. It's just one of those things that I do that I love doing.
It's a travel day. I feel like it gets you through it. You know, you need the fat and the salt.
Yeah, you need
and
you need that
the
in your body.
The zhuzh.
The zhuzh.
The McD's zhuzh.
Yes. And you just eat it because, it's going to be a while before you have an actual meal again.
Yeah.
So it's legit. It's legit. So, okay. So McDonald's in the airport. That was my third, Ash. What is your fourth?
McDonald's in the airport. We're going to Disney.
We do. And when we leave, we always get McDonald's.
I know. That's the one. See, I can deal with O'Hare. I
Oh,
don't care
you're
about
right.
O'Hare. I care about
You're
that
right.
fancy part.
Yes.
Of that. What else can we fly besides Southwest and go over there?
I don't know.
figure
Orlando
it out.
International, you're right.
The
the
other
other
side
side
sucks.
is not as good.
And I think there's people that don't realize it, but because we've been on the other side, the first side seems
The
terrible.
McDonald's on the side that has Southwest is so much better.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna. The airline trumps the McDonald's for me.
Right, of course. Okay. So what's your
But I get it.
I know.
I'm gonna try and
so we have a
troubleshoot it.
trade-off there. Why can't we just have McDonald's on both sides?
Come on.
Come on. Why can't we just have McD's on both sides?
We're
of
not
the
asking a
Orlando
lot.
And
It's
Chicago.
just a terrible little corner that has like Wendy's, which is where everyone.
Oh my
goes,
gosh,
because
the
it's
whole-
best of
oh,
all the options,
yes.
which isn't the
Yes.
which isn't that great.
Although the Ruby Tuesdays pancakes were good, but they cost like, $12.
I would just go to Ruby Tuesdays. I wouldn't go to Wendy's anymore. We're just.
I agree. I guess we're just going to do Ruby Teas.
Ruby. Ruby Teas versus McD's.
Ruby Teas or McD's? Oh, gosh.
Yeah, but also the other, what is it called? Terminal,
Terminal, yes.
is way more pleasant. There's more windows. It's bright. This is like this. It looks like you're in a basement.
Oh, it's
like-
terrible.
it's really
I know
bad.
they're opening up an entirely new, area.
They are?
Airport.
Over there?
Yeah, totally new in Orlando. Soonish.
Airport?
Yeah, like an entirely new building.
We also have to remember to fly American, not United, because that's
Right.
the better place in O'Hare.
Yes.
We're
Yes.
snobs.
Sorry. Okay. Go ahead, Ash. Yours is next. Your fourth. What's your fourth?
My fourth one, I typed out 2 attractions. Guardians
Nice.
and Dinosaur.
Nice.
But I feel like this slot is sort of reserved for any attraction, depending on, just experiencing them again with Harrison is
Yeah.
sort of a fun thing
Yeah.
to do with him. But I love Guardians. It's super fun.
It
I can't
is.
wait to go on it
It's
again.
a blast.
This is the one that we talked Harrison into doing. He is going to do this one.
Oh, you know what? We have issues.
I know. I already know that. We may not be able to do it.
Oh
we'll
my
see.
gosh.
This is something we already talked
We
about.
need Emily to help us.
Wait, why?
How are we going to get... Like, if we were to purchase
have to do
GD
it-
Plus for Epcot, don't you have to be there?
I think you can purchase it at any point during the day. It's just your own
So
fault if you do it later.
So the morning we get up to go on the airplane, we could get stuff.
That's a good question for her. I don't know. I'm just saying maybe we have to be there to buy it, and we have to buy it when we get there.
Yikes. Zoinks. All right, well, we'll figure that out. We'll let you know how that goes, guys.
But I look forward to the rides that we sort of joke about all the time. Like, we have a little joke about Dinosaur, and Harrison will often quote the left, right, left, right.
Yes.
We're not going to
Yes.
make it, or you're not going to make it, whatever.
Yeah.
So we love Dinosaur. There's a lot of rides we love together, a lot of rides we have little jokes about and are silly on together. So, I'm looking forward to him going on Guardians and also doing our Dinosaur,
Yes. Dinosaur is going to be... That area is getting a refurb soon, like a whole, I think, reimagined.
Yes, I think we're on borrowed time for that ride.
Yeah, we're on borrowed time for Dinosaur. Dinoland USA, as we know it, I think might be completely overhauled. So that's been floated and already talked about. So we'll see what happens, what goes in there. So that'll be interesting. Animal Kingdom is going to get some big changes in the future.
Every time we go, I feel like something happens on a ride that we end up, adding to that collection of
Right.
little memories
Right.
and things little jokes that we have. So it's always fun to
Yes.
do that. I'm just excited to see Tron too, like see it
I know.
from like the People Mover or something.
Yeah, Tron's going to be amazing. But yeah, no, I think it's going to be... You're right. It's always that looking forward to the rides, right? That you love and want to go on and experience. And
Yeah, and Harrison loves it. I mean, he's just so excited in the queue, and we
Right.
just have a great time. So
Yes.
I'm looking forward to it very much.
Agreed. Okay, so the next thing I look forward to is Orlando International. When you get off the plane and you are in the main atrium, which would be different, I guess, soon. The main atrium of where you see the Walt Disney World store and the Universal Studios store and the SeaWorld store. I never, you might not even go into Universal or SeaWorld or anything, but they're there. I just like that I see them. It's like the first indication that you're near some awesome world-class attractions, right? And then you see all the balks from the hotel that's inside Orlando International.
Can you not
know
hold
what I-
still in the chair?
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Sorry, it's creaking.
You just hold still.
Sorry. So that's really fun. I like when we go into that and you go to the B side. When we used to go to Magical Express, we always go B side. Still could leave in the B side.
You don't anymore?
No, we usually do just walk over there. I think automatically we just do.
I always just follow you. That's one
'Cause
great
we
thing
always
about
have our
Disney is
bags
that you've
usually.
always been like an expert, and I've always just followed you. I'm left
Yeah,
to
it's
my own
easy.
devices.
It's
I'm like,
easy.
oh, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, I mean, I've done it so many times.
Yeah, but you
So-
you like doing. I mean, I've done it too. I could do it, but
Yeah.
still, some things like navigating Animal Kingdom gets a little
A-
tricky for
Ash
me.
does always not know where to go at first when we get off the
No,
plane.
that's not true. I feel like you're making me sound more dumb than I am. Even your own family got confused in Animal Kingdom, and they go all the time.
Right.
So I don't know if this is like, Ash is a stupid blonde.
No,
type
no.
thing.
I mean, at the airport, usually you figure it out. Like, you always ask me which way when we
Yeah, I
get
don't know
off the
why I
plane.
can't figure it out.
Here we go off the
I
plane.
really hope that we don't have the experience that we had last time coming home. It was crazy. The line was crazy.
Yeah, it was.
I'm going to sign us up for TSA pre-check.
Pre-check. Do it now.
It's 5 years.
Do it,
You get
bud.
it for 5 years.
Oh, well, it's probably
It's
going to
like
take... It takes
$80
forever to
No.
background check you, doesn't it?
No.
Oh. All right, so well then
I'm
do
going to
it.
talk to Tips about it.
Talk to Tips.
Hot quips with Tips.
Hot takes with Kate.
Tips.
Tips returns. So yeah, I think there's something like cool retro about Orlando International. Like, it seems like it's stuck in the 80s or early 90s, like,
But in the best way.
but in a great way.
Not like Future World.
Which is still under construction, by the way. So like, it's gonna, I don't know, it's just like, okay, I'm here. We made it to Orlando. I've been here how many times?
To be fair, that my first point about it being like humid when you walk outside, it's already kind of humid in the airport
Yeah.
when you get in there.
Yeah.
You can kind of already tell there's like carpet in there, so it retains the humidity.
Right. Yeah, and you always have to get on the tram too, the monorail, I guess, the tram. What is that? Like, is it a monorail?
It is a monorail, isn't it?
I think it is.
Technically.
Yeah. But yes, Orlando International, I like it. It's actually, like, if you go further than just that area where you get on, like, it's actually really nice. It's a big, huge eatery. There's, like, it's like a mall, really.
There's a Chili's in there.
There's a Chili's.
Right
That's
after
right.
McDee's
Chili's.
Chili's.
What is it called? The Chili's
2.
Chili's 2.
T-O-O.
T-O-O, because it's not a
Chili's
full Chili's.
Also.
But it's also Chili's in the airport.
Still also a Chili's.
If you need to go to Chili's. All we do
Chili's 2.
is promote chains on this podcast.
You guys,
apparently. McDee's.
Out of all the chains,
Ruby
I think
Teas.
Chili's.
And now Chili's 2.
Ruby Teas. Is Ruby here? Ruby's Teas.
Are Ruby's Teas here? What? Sorry. Stace. Living it up, got that feeling.
Guys, JB has a thing for Stace. Stace.
See, that was another thing I would look forward to, is turning that on when I get it in the room. But now there's no more top.
Now you just have to look at me.
Now I just have to look at your face. Living it up, got that feeling.
In fairness, Stace is like slightly more put together than me.
Well,
I mean, like, it's barely noticeable.
Right. No, I just like the top thing, top to do.
You keep saying top.
Why do I keep saying
Like
top?
her top?
No. Well, she wears a halter.
Maybe her real name is Ruby.
Okay, whatever. So.
Wears a halter. You're gross.
Okay, so must-dos. The must-dos. Okay.
Who is the must?
Who do we must do?
Okay.
Okay, anyway.
Why I hate when you do this. You can't just abandon.
I'm finding the charger. So go ahead, you give me yours
No,
next.
just pause it. No,
give me
just
yours
pause
next, Ash.
Because then I have to try and keep talking until you come back.
Okay, go ahead, Ash. Your fifth and final top 5 most forward to look to. What? Go ahead. Sorry, top 5
The
most
last
forward.
thing ties into what we were talking about earlier. It's the different dining reservations that we schedule for each of our trips. So,
nice.
we like to do 2. Particularly this time, I'm very excited about doing the Hollywood and Vine plus Fantasmic.
Yes. Yes, we did that dining package.
We didn't have the best experience at Hollywood and Vine. Not experience. I would say the food wasn't super great. The experience was probably okay.
Yes. That was a long time ago.
It was like 10 years ago.
Yes.
So we've heard very good things about it. We've heard that it's improved a lot. So we're very excited to try it out again and see how it is. And I kind of like those dining packages that will, kind of...
That give you a perk for something else.
Yeah. So it'll be...
And it's a character dining
It'll be
experience.
a neat character dining experience. I'm excited to try it. And I'm just super excited about Fantasmic.
Yes.
But like I said, we try to do a few new restaurants or one that we haven't been to in a while. The other one we have scheduled is Rose and Crown, which we have not been to in a while. And I'm very excited about that too.
Yeah, and during this podcast, I did an ADR for Alan Compass.
You gotta see. What is that? Where is that?
At the Yacht Club.
What kind of food is it?
It is American food. So, what?
What night? Wow.
Friday night.
Where are we gonna be Friday?
Well, Friday, Animal Kingdom closes at 7.
So we're not gonna eat till after 7?
Ash is already
That's
putting
not gonna
the
work for me.
crash on this.
Well, we'll probably
She's
be
already
back before
destroying
that.
it.
We'll probably just go in the morning and then...
Well, we'll see. I thought you said you wanted to take a chill pill that morning. And
Yeah,
go
but I
later.
don't want to eat dinner at like 8. That's not my vibe.
It's not 8. It wouldn't be 8.
Okay, I don't want to eat dinner at 7:30.
Well, then cancel it.
No, I'll just eat a first dinner and then a second.
No, I was just saying if we stayed at Animal Kingdom later, like I didn't know what we were doing. So we get like we said, there's flexibility.
just
We could always
asking.
cancel it. See,
Watch it.
you
Choose
gotta
your
watch
words
it. You gotta
carefully.
you gotta watch it. But anyway, so she's like a Mogwai. She has to have very specific rules
that's a
about
really
how she
good-
eats and when she eats.
Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this on
She
the
could have
podcast.
water
I've
on
had
her.
like at least 4 different people now compare me to Wednesday Addams, which I take as a giant compliment because I don't think it gets better than her.
Yeah, your severeness.
I should dye my hair
The
black.
severity of your sarcasm. And, yeah.
Slytherin and Wednesday Addams.
Right, you're kind of... Yeah, you
If
look...
I was a Disney character, though, which one would I be? I mean, really think about it.
Any evil
Don't
one.
say any evil. Maybe like Hades from Hercules, because he's funny
Right.
and terrible.
Yes. Yeah, I could see that. Okay, so next.
Mary
My final one, right? My final one
Oh, I
is...
forgot. I didn't even care about yours.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I know.
No.
My final...
After Stace, the Stace comments.
By the way, when we say Stace, for people that don't know, the host
Yeah.
of like the video loop in your resort was Stacy J. Oswald or whatever.
Wow. Even knows the middle initial.
Yes,
It
J. I
is
think it's
serious.
J. Stacy. Well, it says on the thing.
J's.
So, what?
You don't know that joke?
I don't know what you're talking
Okay,
about.
okay.
So
remind
she's the host of the Must Do Disney videos that were on for like 20 years.
Yeah, I always used to
resort.
tease Jim about it, but she is seriously great. Those videos are great. She goes
Yes.
on the rides. She's funny, and you
Mm-hmm.
know she was great to watch.
Yes,
So,
yes.
but I don't know if it was her. I think it was a different person. But when we were watching one of those videos or something similar,
Oh, that
JD
was
like,
DVC.
"Is
Some
she
DVC video.
here?"
That's not
Like he
even
was
what I
about
meant.
to go after this.
No, I meant it was she at Vero, you moron.
Well, I mean, why would you?
And we were
wanna
at
know?
Vero.
Oh, you meant like in the video?
Yes, is she here at Vero?
Is she?
Oh my gosh! Shut up.
It didn't come out right, guys.
Whatever. So
I
now
was
my
like, what?
my final top
Get
5
to it, man.
most top 5 things that I look forward to the most. Sorry, this is really difficult for me to say. I don't know why. Is the first sighting of a Walt Disney World icon, ladies and gentlemen. So whatever I see,
It could be like any of the Fab Five.
right? It could be castle. It could
Oh.
be no, an icon of the park.
Oh, gotcha.
So the castle, spaceship Earth, Hollywood Tower Hotel, or the Tree of Life. The first icon I see, I'm always like in awe and get really excited and just love it. And I'm ready to go. You know. So that first icon sighting is always like a grand moment for me. Sort of like the Brachiosaur in Jurassic Park, right, where they take their, the sunglasses off and they all stand
up out of the Jeep.
in the Jeep.
I'm gonna have that
And-
Jeep one day, guys. One day I'm gonna have that Jeep.
Yeah, Ash literally, mark her words, she will do it too. She's gonna get a Jurassic
You'll
Park
know that we've
Jeep.
arrived.
I can't
when
wait.
I have the Jurassic Park
Yes.
Jeep Wrangler, you're
Yes.
gonna know it's happened.
It's happened. Boom.
Because you can't really drive it that much in the Midwest. 'Cause
No,
it sucks.
'cause
But I'll
they-
find a place for it.
So for me, that's like that's like maybe the most poignant part. Like looking forward to seeing those great buildings and structures that kind of are in part of the world culture at this point. You know what I mean? It's
They are.
steeped in culture. So I love it. I love it very much. So, what about you, Ash? Any comments there or?
No, I agree. I mean, I think it's always fun to go to each park and look forward to seeing those.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think it's funny, like, for years, the icon of... Well, at first, the icon for, Hollywood Studios was, like, the Earful Tower, the water tower with Mickey ears on it, and then, like, or the Grauman's Chinese Theater. Like, it was those two that kind of interchanged, and then it was the Sorcerer Hat for a while.
Which, I mean, I think the idea of that isn't actually horrible. I think
But-
people give it way too much flack.
But I think
Like,
people...
I get the idea. Like, Phantasmic, that was the whole point of that. It
Yeah.
didn't look great in reality, in my opinion. But
Yeah.
I still don't understand why it's Tower of Terror. To me, it makes more sense if we're looking down
Yeah, I know,
the
but
theater.
it's now it looks like Disney just kind of defaulted. Like now everything has Tower of Terror. As
I mean,
the
I
icon.
get it. That's what they
'Cause it's the
decided.
biggest
it was
structure,
Like, it was
I
like
guess.
announced, right? That each one they said that it was going to be
Mm-hmm.
Tower of Terror, but
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
you know, I don't know. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is a cute attraction.
It
the
is.
first one really starring Mickey as like the main.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I don't know. I'm kind of confused
So-
by that, but you know, whatever. I get it.
I guess
I'm
maybe it's
fine
because
with
the
it.
biggest thing you could see from far away. Maybe it's just that physical element.
So what you're
of it.
saying is size matters.
And classic attraction. You know what I mean? It's a classic attraction at this point.
I'm a classic attraction.
So, yes. So, yeah, you old. No, I'm kidding. All right, so let's recap real quick and then we got to roll.
Oh, I wasn't ready.
What's your recap? Go ahead. Your
The
top.
first step out of the airport into the damp air.
Yes.
Palm trees, all of it, sweating. And then looking forward to that, you know, our vibe for that trip, depending on where we're staying.
Yes, the
That's
resort
next one,
vibe.
the resort area vibe, hotel vibe. Let's see. Being around other Disney fans, meeting nice people, sharing Disney moments, conversations. That's my next one.
Yes.
The one after that is number 4. This is the first time I'm doing a number, so I didn't do a numbers, and now I'm doing number 4. Attractions like Guardians or
That you look
Dinosaur
forward to
that
the
we
most.
look forward to, make new memories, and then the dining.
Yes,
New
dining
experience or ones we
Rezzies.
haven't been to in a while. So
Yes,
that's
yes.
that's my 5.
And my 5 were planning trips, adding ADRs, not doing them, whatever. Just the idea of planning
The
a
idea
trip.
of them.
Yeah, the action of planning it. Magical Express. The McDonald's situation for the airport, which we've gone over at length. Orlando International stores, like the Disney, the Universal Studios, SeaWorld, like I just like seeing those. It's awesome. And then lastly, first...
McDonald's situation.
And then, and then the first icon sighting, ladies and gentlemen, when you're driving up to property and you see the gate, you get through the gate and you start seeing which icon you're going to
Honorable
see
mention,
first.
Stace.
Yes. Living it up, got that feeling. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please rate and review us at Apple Podcasts, iTunes, I always say that, Stitcher, Deezer, Spotify. Like and subscribe on YouTube. We love making content for you guys. Magic in the Midwest podcast.bandcamp.com. Get more content. All right, ladies and gentlemen, from the Midwest. See you later.